Okay, hi everyone. Today we will be beginning with our example session on the chapter biological activities. So biological activities was a long chapter. We had a lot to learn from nutrition to reproduction through the various organs in our body, the various systems that happen. Now we will have some questions over it. So let's start. The first question. Autotrophic nutrition involves the synthesis of food using what? Alright, so the synthesis of food means that its consumption, its utilization. Alright, the synthesis, the process of food. So in autotrophic nutrition, it is using organic compounds, inorganic compounds, sunlight, water. Alright, it is using inorganic compounds. Sunlight and water are inorganic compounds, but these fall under this category, right? So we take B, inorganic compounds like chlorophyll, alright, like sunlight, like water, alright. These are inorganic compounds. Which of the following is an example of a heterotrophic organism? Alright, so heterotrophic nutrition means it derives its nutrition from something else. So rose plant, algae, mushroom, fern. The correct option is C, mushroom. Mushroom derives its nutrition from dead and decaying matter. So this one was saprophytic, right? Saprophytic, which falls in heterotrophic nutrition. Here's an S. Symbiotic relationship refers to the association between two organisms where what? Both organisms benefit, only one organism benefits, both organisms are harmed, there is no interaction between the organisms. Correct option is option A. Both organisms benefit. So it is also known as mutualism, where both organisms are benefiting. One gets protection, one gets food, or the other one gets food, one gets protection, or anything else, right? Insectivorous plants obtain nutrition by what? Photosynthesis, absorbing nutrients from the soil, trapping and digesting insects, forming mutualistic relationship with insects. So the correct option is option C, trapping and digesting insects. Alright, like a Venus flytrap, right? Trapping and digesting insects. The process of digestion begins in the what? The stomach, the small intestine, mouth, or esophagus. So we all know that food goes through our mouth. That is where we chew it, we mix it with saliva, and it goes further down the esophagus. So where does digestion start? It starts in the mouth, right? In the mouth. Which organ stores and concentrates bile? Alright, which organ stores and concentrates bile? So bile juice. Okay, this one stores and concentrates bile. Alright, it is a digestive enzyme. So A, liver, B, gallbladder, C, pancreas, D, stomach. It is B, gallbladder. Which of the following is responsible for the absorption of nutrients in the small intestine? Alright, these are responsible for the absorption, alright, absorption of nutrients. So is it A, villi? Is it microvilli? Is it Peyer's patches? Is it ruggy? Alright, so the correct option is option A, villi. Villi are, supposedly this is the intestine, alright. So on the surface of the intestine, in the inner surface, there are small villi, alright. These absorb the nutrients as food passes by. Okay, so it is A, villi. Tooth decay is caused by the accumulation of what? Tooth decay is caused by the accumulation of what? Plaque, tartar, bacteria, food particles. The correct option is A, plaque. So plaque accumulates over your enamel. Alright, Plaque is that yellowish substance that accumulates between teeth, causing it to decay. Alright, this will start decaying. Diarrhea is a condition characterized by constipation, excessive thirst, frequent and watery bowel movements, loss of appetite. The correct option is option C. Frequent and watery bowel movements means loose motions. Alright, that is diarrhea. The rumen is a specialized chamber for digestion present in the digestive system of what? So in animals, digestion occurs in their gut. Alright, in their gut. There are several animals like cows, they have 8 chambers, alright, in the stomachs. Okay, so digestion, they are constantly chewing, right? Constantly chewing. The gut, first they will chew the food, alright, it will be partially digested, then it will again come back for chewing again and be again sent back. Okay, so the digestion happens in their gut. Alright, so the rumen is a specialized chamber for digestion present in which of these animals? Correct option is option A. Rumen is in cows. Alright, RUMEN. If they ask, it is in cows. Amoeba obtains nutrition through the process of photosynthesis, ingestion, absorption, osmosis. It does it through ingestion. So amoeba, right, supposedly this is the amoeba, there is a food particle, it will come close to it and it will allow it to pass through its membrane inside where it will be digested. So it is ingestion. Aerobic respiration requires the presence of what? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, sunlight. It is A, oxygen. Aerobic. Aerobic means in the presence of O2. Inhalation is the process of what? Breathing in oxygen rich air, breathing out carbon dioxide, transporting oxygen to the cells, exchanging gases in the lungs. Correct option is option A. Breathing in oxygen rich air. During inhalation, the lungs expand, the ribcage comes out, right? It is taking in oxygen. Heart pumps blood to the body through arteries, veins, capillaries, aorta. Correct option is A, arteries. Alright, we are getting blood from our heart through the arteries. Xylem is responsible for the transport of water and minerals, sugar and amino acids, oxygen and carbon dioxide, hormones and enzymes. So the correct option is option A, water and minerals. So water and minerals, so it is present in the roots. Alright, water goes from the roots and minerals from the soil through xylem. Xylem is the transporter of water and minerals in plants. The excretory system is primarily responsible for what? In digestion, circulation, reproduction, or elimination of waste products. So the correct option is option D, elimination of waste products. Which organ filters waste products from the blood and produces urine? So this organ filters waste from the blood. So whatever impurities are, they will be taken from the blood and it produces urine. Alright, so that waste product will be converted to urine. Liver, kidney, stomach, pancreas. Correct option is option B, kidney. The process of releasing urine from the body is called what? Urination, defecation, respiration, perspiration. Correct option is of course A, urination. The hormone responsible for controlling blood glucose levels is, Alright, so this hormone is responsible for controlling the blood glucose levels. We will study about hormones in the chapter endocrine glands and hormones. Until then, the answer is A. Insulin. Insulin helps regulate blood glucose levels. Central nervous system consists of the brain and spinal cord, nerves and ganglia, sense organs, muscles and bones. Alright, so the central nervous system is composed of A. This will be studied in another chapter in detail. Asexual reproduction in plants involves fusion of gametes, formation of seeds, involvement of flowers, production of offspring without the involvement of gametes. Correct option is D. During asexual reproduction, only one organism reproduces into one or more organisms. Alright, so it does not involve the gametes, the male and female. It does not involve that. Alright, that is asexual reproduction in plants. The male reproductive organ responsible for producing sperm is the testis, ovary, uterus, fallopian tube. So I think if you have studied the lecture, you will all know it is the testes. Alright, these produce sperm. They are located outside the body. Why are they located outside the body? They are located outside because to produce sperm, they require a lower temperature than the body. Alright, they require a lower temperature than the body. But it also places them at a place of risk of getting injured. Alright, pollination is the transfer of pollen from anther to stigma, seeds from one plant to another, water from roots to leaves, oxygen from leaves to roots. Correct option is option A. Pollen from anther to the stigma. Alright, anther was the male part containing pollen. Alright, stigma was the top of the female part. In human reproduction, fertilization occurs through during human reproduction, fertilization occurs in the ovaries, uterus, fallopian tubes or cervix. Correct option is option C, in the fallopian tubes. Alright, so if you remember, it was moving like this, these long tubes near the ovaries, right? These were the fallopian tubes. This is where fertilization occurs. Alright, in humans. The process of seed dispersal helps plants to what? Stay rooted in the ground, attract pollinators, protect against predators, colonize new areas. So the correct option is option D. Seed dispersal means flowing away of seeds from the plant so that it can reproduce, grow somewhere else, right? Asexual reproduction in animals involves what? Formation of gametes, fertilization, binary fission, pollination. So which out of these is an example of asexual reproduction in animals, right? Formation of gametes. Gametes means males and female cells. Alright, so that is not in asexual reproduction. Fertilization, binary fission, pollination. Correct option is option C, binary fission. Male gamete in animals is called sperm, ovum, zygote, embryo. It is A, sperm. Alright, in animals, the male gamete is the sperm. Ovaries are the primary organs responsible for the production of what? Sperm, eggs, hormones, milk. Ovaries are the primary organs responsible for the production of eggs. All right. The ovaries produce the egg. Process of embryonic development takes place in the, so after the egg and after the egg has been fertilized, it becomes a zygote. Zygote develops into an embryo. And where does the embryo develop? All right, in the womb. And what do we call the womb? The correct option is option A, the uterus. It will grow in the uterus. Viviparous animals give birth to what? Viviparous animals give birth to live young ones, eggs, larvae, pupa. So the correct option is option A, live young. Means we will give birth to something that is alive. Alright, it will not be an egg, it will be a live young offspring. Okay, mammals do so. Metamorphosis is a process that involves what? Growth and development, formation of seeds, change in physical appearance, reproduction by spores. The correct option is option C, change in physical appearance. In humans, it is adolescence. Okay, for frogs, for butterflies, this is metamorphosis, means change in characteristic, becoming an adult, right? Oviparous animals reproduce by, so there were two types of animals, viviparous, oviparous. Viviparous were, I give you a good example, it was mammals. Oviparous like birds, reptiles. What do? They lay eggs, they give live birth, they bud, or they use fragmentation. The correct option is option A, they lay eggs. Oviparous animals lay eggs. Okay. Puberty is the stage in which reproductive organs mature, menstruation begins, sperm production starts, breast development occurs. Correct option is option A, reproductive organs mature. So I told you what was puberty. When males and females reach reproductive maturity, right? Sexual maturity means that the organs have all developed and they can form a new offspring. Okay, so that means reproductive organs mature. Menstruation is the shedding of uterine lining, ovarian follicles, sperm cells, testosterone levels. The correct option is option A, uterine lining. Okay, whenever they mention shedding, it is the uterine lining that sheds in the form of blood and mucus. Okay, which of the following is not a function of carbohydrates in the body? Providing energy, building cell membranes, supporting growth and repair, regulating body temperature. Correct option is option B, building cell membranes. Carbohydrates do not build cell membranes. They give energy, they support growth and repair, or regulating body temperature. They do all of these, but they do not make cell membranes. Fats are rich source of vitamins, fiber, minerals, energy. Correct option is option D, energy. We get energy from fats. This is complex energy. All right. It will be burnt after carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are always used first to give energy. Okay. So proteins are necessary for muscle contraction, nerve transmission, hormone production, all of the above. The correct option is option D, all of the above. It supports muscle development, nervous transmission, hormone production. Alright, protein support it all. Which vitamin is important for vision? Alright, so always remember, for vision, vitamin A is the most important. Alright, vitamin A. Calcium is an essential mineral for strong bones and teeth, blood clotting, muscle contraction, all of the above. So the correct option is option D, all of the above. It gives us good bones and teeth. It helps in blood clotting. It also supports muscle contraction. Alright, all of these. Roughage, also known as dietary fiber, aids in digestion and bowel movement, energy production, protein synthesis, vitamin absorption. So the correct option is option A, digestion and bowel movement. So I told you, after all of the absorption has taken place, right? Now it has to be moved out. The waste material has to be moved out. Where will that waste material be used? It will be used in the bowel movement. That is roughage. The problem of tooth decay is mainly caused by poor oral hygiene, excessive sugar consumption, lack of calcium in the diet, or genetic factors. So the correct option is option B, excessive sugar consumption. What this does is, I told you, it will be stuck in your teeth, it will be eaten by bacteria, converted into acid, and it will make your tooth decay. Alright, the outer enamel, it will decay. Diarrhea is often caused by bacterial or viral infections, excessive fiber intake, dehydration, lack of physical activity. The correct option is option A, bacterial or viral infection. So what would happen is, if you consume a spoiled food, all right, which has a lot of bacteria, it will give you food poisoning, right? It will give you food poisoning. This causes diarrhea. It, and also diarrhea is also typed as this, diarrhea, HOE. Okay. Anaerobic respiration occurs in the absence of what? So anaerobic, absence of what? Oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, glucose. It is absence of oxygen, right? Absence of oxygen. The process of exhalation, right? When I exhale, involves breathing out carbon dioxide, absorption of oxygen from the air, inhalation of pollutants, exchange of gases in the alveoli. Correct option is option A, breathing out carbon dioxide. The main function of the urinary bladder is to store urine, filter blood, produces hormones, regulates body temperature. So the correct option is option A. Urinary bladder stores urine. Okay, it stores urine. The male reproductive organ responsible for producing testosterone is the testis, penis, prostate gland, vas deferens. Correct option is option A, testis. It produces sperm and testosterone. The female gamete is sperm, egg, zygote, embryo. Correct option is B, egg. Alright, egg and sperm combine to form the zygote, which later forms the embryo. That was the fertilization process. Fertilization occurs when the sperm fuses with the ovary, uterus, cervix, egg. Correct option is D, egg. The process of giving birth to a baby is called what? Fertilization, implantation, labor, or D, gestation. The correct option is option C, labor. The process of giving birth. Alright, not raising of embryo. Raising of embryo is gestation period. Alright, but giving birth to a live baby, that is labor. Viviparous animals undergo internal fertilization and give birth to live young. Which of the following is an example of a viviparous animal? So this one is a viviparous animal, means it will give birth. Frog, butterfly, kangaroo, fish. Correct option is C, kangaroo. Frog will lay eggs, butterfly lays eggs, fish lays eggs. Right? So this was our example session. I hope you liked it. Thank you.